What's up, guys? It's KB. Make sure you subscribe to the Underground Sports Philadelphia YouTube channel. Click the bell icon down below so you don't miss a single video from us. And thanks for tuning in to another video from Underground Sports Philadelphia. Now let's get into it.
Philadelphia, baby, you're gonna love it. Best sports fans in the world. Actually, the worst, but that's what makes them the best.
Let's get this shit started. Should I light my candle? No, I don't have a lighter.
Do you have your graduation gown?
Don't give away the surprise.
Well, I wanted to make sure you had it.
Oh my god.
Do you want me to end recording and restart?
No, not at all.
Okay.
The listeners will just have to switch over to the video play.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Hello. Please excuse my voice. Might go in and out. I'm still recovering from screaming at the Taylor Swift concert. As always, welcome back to the F1 Underground Podcast, episode 12. My name is Casey. That is Owen. I almost said I started reading last week's intro. We do not have a special guest today. That was last week.
It's just us again.
Sorry
to disappoint everyone.
Disappointing, yeah. It's a pretty normal episode as we get into this triple header. Well, what should be a triple header, but looks like it's not going to be. Yeah. So we're going to do our normal rundown, weekly recap. History with Owen is back, and then some Emilia predictions. So let's get started. Oh, I'm not prepared. Hold on.
Oh my gosh. How was I panicked 5 minutes before this, and now I'm more prepared than you are?
It's just because I have the scrolly thingy still said Mark's name. Okay.
Oh. The scrolly thingy. The ticker tape at the bottom?
Yeah. Oh, no. That's not I'm a mess.
Oh, no. What is...
I'm really sorry, people. Okay.
We're allowed 15 episodes of fuck-ups, and then we're expected to be pros.
Nah. Even, major radio shows have mess-ups all the time, so...
What are we at? 12?
12. Because the week before was 10, and then when we thought it was 9, but it was actually 10.
12 episodes.
Well, I thought it was 9. You thought it was 10.
Yeah. Clearly very good counters.
Yeah, okay. Go ahead. You have a good meme of the week. You can go
meme
first.
Meme of the week, yeah.
I'm actually going to give my one from what I wanted to say last week, and then today. I'm going to have to give it to you.
Am I sharing my screen? Are we doing that? Or?
Oh, yeah, we can. We can. Let me take away I forgot we talked about this.
So let me...
I hope we do this the right way at the end.
All right, so present.
I don't have mine pulled up to
share screen. All right, yeah, I'll go with that one. All right, so before I do this, so obviously last week at the race there was an excellent display of power by Haas and keeping Charles Leclerc behind Haas for a little bit, and it was so good. And I enjoyed every second of it. So when I was scrolling Formula Dank today, classic place for memes, I saw a great post. It was posted by GJab. I hope I said that right. I'm not messing anything up there. It's pretty simple, so I hope I'm pronouncing it right. But this is it. We have Call Me Charles Leclerc because I am also stuck behind a Haas. And it's...
Oh, wait. Hold on. There you go. Say again. I forgot I had to add the stream.
So it says, call me Charles Leclerc because I'm also stuck behind a Haas, and he's driving behind the Haas money F1 team.
Oh my god. No, it'd be better if there was someone behind him.
And I thought it was fantastic. So nice, short and simple. This is so much easier to explain now that we can share screens. This is great. But yeah,
I forgot we were doing this, so
that's my
now have mine pulled up. I love it. Okay. I will share my screen.
I guess I don't have to hit it to add the...
No, I still do. Okay. All right, first, I'm going to pull from Owen's favorite Reddit thread.
Formula Dank. Highly recommend anybody needs to go there.
So, okay, there you go. So, this is from last week during the race, in the post-race interviews, when Max was giving his interview. All of a sudden, over his shoulder, Fernando Alonso let his intrusive thoughts win. Just goes in and smells the roses. So
they got to be smelling real nice for that.
It's got to continue with our conversation last week with Mark. Like, who is he? He's a changed person. There's something different about him. I just thought that was funny because it's his face at the end. If I zoom in, watch his face at the end.
He's happy with it. He's like, it smells pretty good.
Yeah, he's like, okay.
Because again, this jumps back to our conversation last week that Alonso is a totally different person this year.
And then I do have a good one from today. So everyone saw this. So these pictures came out. Charles Leclerc is rumored to be getting new custom Ferrari on top of his custom, the Pista. I forget the numbers. So 488. So this is what it looks like. This is literally what his real car looks like. Just it's different with the back window is open. So someone tweeted that it was his alleged new car in Maranello today at the factory. He so quickly responds, "It's not mine."
I love that
face.
I love that he shuts it down this so fast. He's like, "Nope, not mine. Sorry."
He's just like, absolutely. I kept saying, I was like, he's literally saying, "Do not associate me with that car."
Yeah.
So, I thought that was my two memes of the week. One was from last week, and then this week. So
that was good. That was so much easier than trying to paint the picture for everybody. Sorry,
and that's gonna make
listeners. You're gonna have to.
That'll make my job easier. Like when I put clips together, like after I can just pull right from the head instead of having you send it.
Steal it right from the show.
But moving on, some weekly news. I'm not gonna lie.
Weekly news. I have not been paying attention that much this week.
I haven't either.
This is gonna be great.
Listen.
Like, oh, what'd you hear about this? Be like, no fucking idea.
No, okay. So we can start off first. So I knew last year when Sebastian Vettel was retiring, he's I don't know what it stands for. Maybe you can look it up. The GPDA director, Sebastian Vettel was. I think it's like the driver association because they have their weekly driver meetings before if they go over any concerns. I think that's when they all said they absolutely hated the new sprint formatting
and
all that stuff.
And it's so much
what
easier
is it?
Than you think it is. It is the Grand Prix Drivers Association.
Oh my God! Okay, I just wasn't thinking clearly.
Yeah.
So yes, so George Russell is now the director of the GPDA, which makes total sense. George Russell would be that person. He would.
Like the Drake memes. George Russell would be the type of guy to.
Yeah, he is type of guy. That's not even the Drake memes. There was a whole meme with him last year. He ended up liking half of the tweets because people were just like, George Russell is the type of person to clap when the plane lands. Like,
oh yeah. Yeah, it's perfect. There's already a meme.
Clap at the end of the movie. Yeah. But yes, so he is now the new director of the GPDA, and he said that after Miami, he said they were complaining, or he complained about the hardness of the Pirelli tires, and said that they need to discuss with F1. His quote says, "We need tires to be able to opt for more stops in the race and for each driver to have different opportunities." I think because each race has been like a one-stop race. There hasn't really been...
Yeah.
I mean, we said it last week. Max went almost the whole way in Miami before.
45 laps on one set of tires. It says in Miami, for example, the pole time was nearly 2 seconds faster than last year, but the same sort of progress has been seen during races as well. Yeah, I mean, this is... I don't really...
pits...
The tires to me is I'm like, all right, whatever. I'm more flabbergasted that it's George Russell is the director of this.
It's the chairperson.
Yeah, and it
represents all the drivers.
It's not even something against George Russell. It's more so you would think it would be a more veteran driver, more I
could see Bottas, Valtteri Bottas being that person.
Yeah, he's got a history and everything, and I don't know. George Russell has been in what, 2 years, 3 years now, or longer than that.
No, he was with Williams for 2 years, I think, and now 2 years with Mercedes.
So, all right, so 4 years. Okay,
I think he joined. I'm telling time by Drive 5 seasons. I think he comes in the first season with Lando Norris. I'm dying. Hold on.
You're right there.
Yeah, I could see my eye go.
Yeah, I could see it happening. I was watching the slow progress of decline. That was. Oh,
I
boy.
told you. I texted you beforehand. Listen, I have allergies on top of losing my voice at Taylor Swift. So
yeah, I can't believe it makes sense. Like, all right, if he's driving for 4 years, like, sure, whatever, right? But like, you have like so many other like more veteran drivers and everything, so it's like I'm just shocked that it's him, and it is funny just because it's him. It's him too. The man crashes into people all the time and is like, I'm now gonna fight for all of you.
He's just taking people out at every race.
Yeah.
He's like the devil on the track. Yes. I do know it says that they also, the other link I have in there came from the F1's website about Pirelli. I'm not going to get too much into it because I don't really understand. It says they're set to bring new specifications of slick tires to Silverstone. But teams will be able to test them during the Friday practice at the Spanish Grand Prix. So not next race, the race after. So that'll be interesting to watch.
Yeah, that'll be.
But yeah.
I mean, yeah, I would definitely like to see maybe tires that are more made for like two-stop races, like two-stop strategies and everything. You know, like, yes, like we've seen two-stop races, but it's mainly been from teams that are struggling. And
or teams that are just in the back then doing like time tests. Like
yeah, it's never been, you know, Aston Martin, Red Bull, you know, teams up in the front that are doing these two-stop strategies. So I would like to see it. Yeah, I think it would change up a lot of races. But
yeah, I mean, races can be won and lost on pitch stops, so I feel like that's what makes them exciting and stuff. Especially when if there's like unsafe releases. So hopefully, but yeah, George Russell being the GPDA director.
Yeah,
I just want to know, like, was he appointed by the drivers? I'm sure we can find out. We can probably look it up. Was he appointed by the fellow drivers, or did like Sebastian Vettel get to pick his? What's that word I'm looking for?
Professor.
Yes, thank you.
GPDA director choosing.
How did they choose the GPDA? I feel like it has to be voted on by the drivers.
Wait, so there's an article. There's an article from 2021 that was Williams racer George Russell has replaced Romain Grosjean as director of Formula One's Grand Prix Drivers Association. So this has happened before?
Oh, he's already been it for 2 years then.
As a 23-year-old in only his third F1 season, Russell's relatively young and inexperienced appointment to the GPDA rule, but not unprecedented with words of Mark Webber, among other drivers who had such a position earlier in his career.
Interesting.
Oh, so here's an answer to our question that we were looking for. So George Russell has a quote, and it says, "It is an honor and privilege to be nominated director of the GPDA." And it says, "I appreciate the support of my fellow drivers in entrusting this role to me and recognize the responsibility it entails." So this is reading like the drivers do vote on who should be the director of this. And it looks like, I mean, this is our inexperience showing, you know, with the sport. Yeah, it is. But
I swear Sebastian Vettel was it before.
It is, because there's the post from 2022 where it says, here's who we think should replace Vettel as GPDA director. And it goes and lists people that you would think: Lewis Hamilton, Valtteri Bottas, Alonso, Nico Hulkenberg, Max Verstappen's down here. He would never do that. He would never.
Fernando Alonso would never do it. Old school Alonso wouldn't. Maybe this new school Alonso would.
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple articles here about Russell replacing Romain Grosjean.
Interesting.
Yeah, so it looks like he's had it before, and then I guess it went to Vettel, and now it's going back to Russell. All right, so I stand corrected. Yeah, well, so he's got some experience.
That'll make sense. That'll make sense to have it.
Yeah.
Out of all of them,
he's got some he's got some good experience in the role and everything, and I wonder why he was replaced. Maybe the driver.
Maybe it has to be. Or maybe it has to be someone different each year.
Oh, maybe that's right.
Maybe drivers all had an inkling it was Vettel's last time. Although Drive to Survive made us believe it. Well, they had no idea.
clue. Yeah. I'm sure they heard
Especially
rumblings.
Checo. That's my favorite meme. Oh, Sebastian Vettel's on Instagram?
Vettel's got an Instagram? So good.
Well, that's because that's how everyone reacted. Like, he has an Instagram? Wait, what?
I mean, it's his only video. It was his first and only video that he posted.
Posted one in English?
Okay.
Wait, I'm going to mute myself.
Yeah, you should mute the mic. There you go. There it is. We're learning, everybody. We're learning live on the air. Well, maybe not live on the air, but we're live right now. We're live.
I'm back. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay. I'm crying.
Oh, gosh.
Crying over Sebastian Vettel.
Okay, Case.
I know he's only been gone. Okay, let's move on to my favorite person to talk about.
Let's move on. Yes.
Charles Leclerc.
Get some life back in us,
And how the media is out to get him. Although, I'll get to it, but the author of the article that was on The Guardian, round of applause for you.
Wait, let me see this
You must
article.
be... Okay, but first, so it's the first quote from the Guardian's article. So if you didn't see the Guardian article, it's talking about Ferrari must embarrass Leclerc's risk-taking with F1 title gone and a car mess. It's that first quote.
Embrace. You said embarrass.
I'm a mess today.
This is a fantastic episode so far.
Good thing Mark's not on today.
We're doing so good.
So the first quote, it says, "Is it not better to fail gloriously than accept the..." What's that word?
I don't even know where you are in the article.
Scroll down right under the guy's picture.
Oh my gosh.
Read it before I mess up a word.
Oh. Is it not better to fail gloriously than expect the ignominy?
This isn't an F1 podcast. This is trying just to speak.
Be quiet for a second. Ignominy. Ignominy.
It sounds like...
For those who are wondering, I just had Google speak it to me. So, all right. So
I'm sorry.
We're gonna go
Rewind.
back. It's defined as public shame or disgrace.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Maybe I'll just fill it in with that.
Yeah, say that.
Yeah, I'm just gonna do that. Is it not better to fail gloriously than accept the public shame of mediocrity? The Scuderia fans would certainly say yes. So basically, they want Charles Leclerc to go out in a blaze of glory, then die as a mid-tier driver. And
I think he would also go out. But then on the other hand, you have Martin Brundle says that Charles Leclerc's mistakes are holding him and Ferrari back. I'm sorry. They're not. Could get heated over this. They're not, first of all.
Martin Brundle says that the mistakes are holding him and Ferrari back. I mean, this is just...
No, Ferrari's holding him back. If anything...
It says that Charles Leclerc's mistakes are holding him and Ferrari back. Okay, but you're saying...
The him guys just get taken out.
Yeah.
Charles Leclerc is pushing that car to the limit.
Oh,
I'll go on my Carlos Sainz. Yeah, you should read the replies. They're vicious.
Some of the replies are fantastic.
I'll go on my Carlos Sainz hate train that you think I'm the conductor of. That man is comfortable in a mid-sized car. Mid-sized car.
You know what?
I'm going to keep track today.
Let's get Kyle in here, because then he can edit a live whiteboard above us, and it's just keep the tally of the mistakes going. Keep them going.
I think we're at 5.
This is bad. This is real bad.
I understand if anyone cuts out at this time, okay? I would not.
Wiped.
I should have recorded today, but I can't record any other day. Yes, but I was saying, Carlos Sainz is comfortable in a midfield car. That's the word I was looking for. Field.
There you go.
Charles Leclerc is literally pushing that car to the limits because he knows what he's capable of and knows what he deserves in a car. We say it every week. Put him in a Red Bull, he's gonna outperform half of the grid. What?
One of the replies underneath of it is somebody goes, here's a suggested reading, and literally pastes the Guardian article.
Because that quote literally came out from Martin Brundle, and then hours later the article came out. So it was like two opposite ends of the spectrum, and like that article just explained it so well. Like,
yeah, you're getting like two very, very differing opinions with those.
To any
articles.
Charles Leclerc fan out there, not even Ferrari fan, any Charles Leclerc fan out there, if they read the Guardian article, they're like, that's exactly what I've been feeling all the time. That person author put it literally in perspective for the general public.
I mean, I'm going to take the Guardian's side on this. I think, you will too, obviously. Charles Leclerc is a very good driver. We've said it how many times, if you put him in a good car and put him with a capable team, he would destroy everybody. But I do agree with the Guardian's article of just like, listen, like, I don't give a fuck if you crash the car every week. Like, if you're trying, you're trying. If you're pushing that thing as hard as you fucking can and you spin out, all right, you're pushing it as hard as you can. Like, sure. I'm sure there will be an episode. Let's say this happens. Sure, there's going to be an episode a couple, weeks down the line or whatever, where Charles crashes and we're like, what the fuck was he doing? All this stuff. But then people can bring this clip back and throw it at me all they want.
Hold us
accountable to it. I agree. I would rather see Charles try to push that car as much as he can and try to win races as hard as he can, because then he's not then like, I don't know, he's giving a shit, like that's the best way I can put it.
He's not settling for the mid, like we said, the midfield. He's pushing to get the best possible outcome. He's not content with just being like, I can't drive this car this hard, therefore I won't drive this car this hard. He's gonna be like, I don't give a fuck how hard I can drive this car. I'm gonna drive this car this hard and get it as far as I can, as up in the field as I can. Yeah, I would 100% rather see a game. I would rather see a race where he crashes because he is flying, rather than I'm gonna play it safe. Yes, I finished the race, but I finished in 9th. It's like, I'd rather you get like, I'd rather get a couple DNFs, but then get like, 4th, 5th, maybe a podium here and there, because you're pushing the car so much. Pushing it.
And and guess what? There's going to be a race where it all goes horribly wrong. And there's going to be a race where it all goes exactly how you want it to go. I mean, it's going to be like, you're pushing that thing as hard as you can, and it's obeying, and it's listening to you. And it's going to be, I'm pushing this thing as hard as I can. It's fighting me. I'm losing grip. I mean, look at Baku. Obviously, we know their one lap pace is insane. He was pushing that car literally to the max and got 2 poles. Yeah, and got podium for both. Like, he literally, the car's not very capable, but the car, he's pushing it. So that's what, especially when you see Martin Brundle, and then they're like, like in the next few weeks, they'll be like, oh, look how, like, Monaco, say it all goes well, he'll take that statement, like, right back. And you're like, oh, yeah. Martin. Martin, remember this article you posted, Martin? There you go. Remember the roasting you were getting underneath the tweets? Martin, come look. But yeah. And then, also, fun Leclerc news, his first pitch with the Yankees. Am I upset it was with the Yankees? Yes. Let's be honest. Well, are we Yankees fans? No. It's the Yankees. Will be. We don't want him to go to the Yankees. I know, but people like that article that compared NFL teams with the hockey teams. People say, like, the Yankees organization is the Ferrari of, like, they match. So it kind of makes sense. But yeah, I mean, his first pitch was pretty good. He could have done worse. So I saw the clip of it. It was pretty good. I've definitely seen worse. I've definitely seen worse first pitches. So you can't be too upset about it. But yes, I would have loved to have seen him in maybe a team that matches his real team's colors, and he was at a Phillies game. But I would have died. That's beside the point. That is beside the point. I would have. I mean, we were all at that game the next day. We weren't together. You would have heard me scream. Oh, yeah. I would have absolutely heard you scream. Yeah, I was probably the only person that cared, but I would have screamed. You know what I'm also annoyed about? This is totally random.
obviously, I mentioned that going to Taylor Swift Saturday. I didn't dress in Aston Martin gear. No one else would have gotten it. Maybe not that many people. Maybe it would have gone over most of the people said. But somebody would have appreciated my effort.
This is the exact situation it would have been. You would have been walking up to the gate, right? And whether it's a boyfriend that was there or
just a girl,
or a girl who loves Formula One, just like you, like they would have gotten it. Somebody would have gotten that, and you would have heard somebody being like, "That's a fantastic costume, like outfit. That is so like." Somebody would have like maybe even come up to you and have been like, "I love it." Like, yes, like
like thank you.
Especially too, and you would have really stood out too because like obviously, I know this whole thing now of what are we wearing to the concerts and whatnot, and it's just like everybody more or less wears something nice. And it's like everybody more or less looks the same. That would have been enough that it's like, what is she wearing? Like, what is like? It would have been good.
People would be like, "What are you wearing?" When I thought of that yesterday, I was like, "What?" I was like, "That would have been the perfect opportunity to wear that. That would have been too good."
It's the way it always happens.
I would have been comfy. I mean, I was comfy, but regardless of the fact.
You could have gotten like you absolutely could have gotten like something like this, right? Like an Adidas, like
could have made it
green jumpsuit, and then just like threw an Aston Martin sticker on the chest or something. Fantastic. It
would have been great. The F1 community would have loved it.
I would have loved it.
I was trying to find the screenshot just now, but I couldn't. It's something else, kind of random. I don't know if you ever heard of that. It's like a gossip site called Dumois. Like, you can post, like, anonymous sightings or rumors. That's where the Fernando Alonso Taylor Swift thing went. Like, you can just post whatever. So someone posted that they were dating, and that's when it blew up. Someone posted that they were at the Miami GP and, like, their interactions with each driver. So, like, you have, like, Max Verstappen. I asked for an autograph, and he just half smiled and walked away. And then you have, like, people, like, the girl was like, well, the person was like, met Charles Leclerc, the nicest person on the planet. Literally takes time to talk to you. I was like, makes sense. And then, I forget who else. They said, I think they said Pierre Gasly was also nice. But I was like, okay, this makes sense. But when they said Max Verstappen, they're like, just smiled and walked away. Or not even really smiled and walked away. I was like, yeah.
That tracks. That's par for the course.
Yeah. And we can talk about this quick next. The Danny Rick, Nick DeVries rumors. But they've kind of been debunked with the other two. So it came out that he was in Italy for his best friend's wedding and Lance Stroll's sister's wedding because they were marrying each other. That's why he was in Italy. But the rumors were that he was being fitted for a seat to take Nick DeVries' seat in AlphaTauri, which is scandalous in the first place, but it is also Red Bull, so they would do that.
Yeah.
Just ask Pierre Gasly and Alex Albon. But it then came out saying that that's not going to happen. But if that were to happen, it's going to be Liam Lawson or I can't think of the kid's name in F2. I'm also going to butcher it. He's like winning every race. If he one of them, they would be the one to take Nick DeVries' spot if he keeps not performing well.
It's like JV being called up to the varsity team.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
So that's not.
I mean, we've said it how many times. I would love to see Danny Rick back in a car, but I can understand why Red Bull would go the route of like, we're going to call up somebody from F2 just because I'm sure they would want somebody that's currently driving and doing well and everything.
Yeah.
As much as Danny Rick is a good driver and, he is a good, he has that experience of driving in Formula One, I'm sure Red Bull would want somebody that's probably a little bit more warmed up in general.
Yes.
A little bit more in the right mindset, But, yeah, I would love to see Danny Rick back in a car. I mean, we get to see him during Silverstone. He's going to be practicing. That's going to be the most watched practice session because everyone's going to want to see Danny Rick. And Twitter's going to be overflowing, too, with, like, clips and everything. And
I hope it's not, like, the early morning Friday session. Like, I hope it's, like, a good – or, like, I hope it's, like, Saturday morning session because then everyone can watch it.
Yeah.
But
it would be very good if that were the case. But
sorry for keeping you awake.
I'm sorry. Listen, stop early, gym and work, and
Okay. I don't think there's anything else. That really all was stuff from last week too.
Yeah, that was not.
There wasn't
not
really
a lot.
anything. Okay. Okay, you ready?
I'm ready. Oh no.
Enter History with Owen.
Roll the clip.
Music, title screen. I don't have it. I edit it later
Well, I know
on.
you don't have it. I'm just saying it for when the clip happens.
Oh my god. I'm sorry to the non-video watchers. Oh, this is interesting. I should time you next time.
All right, listen. I've only won this thing once before.
You won a few times. Yeah, that's the screen.
Listen, I'm going to say this.
You're not.
This is before we.
You're not putting the hat on. There's no way you're putting the hat on.
I'm saying this too before we get started. All right.
Kyle, take the screenshot now.
As funny as this bit is, and I'm cracking up that I'm trying to balance this on my head, I'm going to leave it just like that.
You actually like this bit?
Can't move my head. I do like this bit. Nothing will beat. And Casey, I highly recommend you go watch it. And anybody listening, please go listen to Underground Sports. Their latest episode today. I was unaware that they had this. Kyle has a puppet.
Oh, yeah, I know. I know.
Called Danny from Delco. And he absolutely nails the Delco accent.
I told him. He sent me this clip before he posted it. And at first I was like, I'm dying. I almost choked on my own water.
It's so funny.
I said, but your Delco accent is greatest. I was like, you sound more Delco than Owen and I.
It was so good.
Danny from Delco might make an appearance once in a while.
So I commented on their Instagram reel, but I said I listened to this audio only this morning, and I thought it was just Kyle did like a quick dip off the camera and then come back in as like this character. But when I saw the puppet, I almost lost my shit in the gym, and I literally was like holding like 40-pound weights in my hand today, cracking up, and I was like, I picked the wrong time to listen to this. So
I knew the puppet was coming.
This is
Owen.
This is as good as the hat is getting.
Take the hat off.
No, the hat is part of the. I wonder if I could do it. Hold on.
Okay. Sorry to everyone. This episode is a mess. It's even better.
You know.
Does it work?
That's actually not terrible.
I'm crying.
I just need to make the headset like hug the back of my head. There we go.
This is a mess.
All right.
History with Owen.
So, we have a race coming up at Imola, hopefully. Before we touch base on that and everything, I wanted to talk about the history of Imola. And
yes, thank you, Mark, for the idea.
Yes, thank you, Mark, for the idea. This is a very good, very, very good topic to research and everything. And I just have some quick notes, but there's another part of this that I'm really excited to talk about. So Imola, where is the track located? It is right on the outskirts of. I'm gonna butcher it. I'm gonna absolutely butcher this, and I don't care. Bologna?
No, you got it. No, yeah. I think it's not Bologna. I think you got it the first time.
All right. But just so I don't butcher something, it's just to the north of Florence.
Okay.
And the track itself, so construction began on the track in 1950. By 1952, it was ready for testing, and the first race was held in 1953. Sorry, the headset is falling again.
I'm just going to title this episode Chaos. Imola Chaos.
I should have linked the article that I was reading earlier.
Is it in history?
It was just on Formula One's website. So let me go.
I just like watching you try to move your head, but not move your head so the hat and the headset don't fall off. You said you want to get more wear out of that.
You're right. You are correct. All right. So when was its first Grand Prix? So this is directly from Formula One's website. I wanted to come here because I didn't want to get anything wrong. So it says Imola first hosted a non-championship F1 race in 1963, but it would take some politicking with Monza in 1980 before the track was awarded the honor of hosting the Italian Grand Prix for the first time that year. So it says, from 1981, the two tracks worked together in perfect harmony, with Imola taking on its famous San Marino title and going on to host a total of 27 Grand Prix until 2006. It returned as a venue for the Romagna Grand Prix in 2020. So, go back to my notes. Let me find it.
And now it has the longest name known to man.
Yes, longest track name known to man. All the teams posting about it today are hilarious.
I don't even know how to. Formula 1, Qatar Airways, Gran Premio del Made in Italy, del Emilia Romagna Race Week.
Perfect. Not butchered at all.
I can't say. No, not butchered at all. I'll put subtitles.
There you go.
I'll double, we're actually saying.
So, the one thing that I was really interested in are what are some key races that happened at Imola? Some memorable races, things that may have happened, some really good races, stuff like that. I fully plan on going back and watching these through F1 TV. I'm going to try to watch it at all of them if I can. I don't know exactly how far
back
F1 TV goes back. So I got 4 written down. First one being 2021 Grand Prix. Very recent race, obviously. There was a Hamilton crash. He went into the gravel, front wing, got damaged. Then George Russell crashed. But that crash was severe enough that it caused... What is happening here? The crash was severe enough that it caused a red flag, which allowed Hamilton to get back into the race off of the fresh start.
Wait, I think I saw a video of this site. Does he crash into Valtteri Bottas, George Russell?
I don't know.
I don't know. I
didn't. What I was reading didn't have that much information. They were just kind of giving the high level plays of it. But Hamilton restarted the race in P9, and then from there, it's pretty much just a masterclass of him, recovering from this crash, restarting the race, and then moving up.
I'm not shocked.
Yeah. So then, 2020 was the next race, 2020 Grand Prix. Not really too much to note here. There's a crash for Max Verstappen, and it is a race in which Daniel Ricciardo finished on podium. And I wrote it down, and I thought it was funny. He did a shoey after the race.
He did do a shoey. So I saw the video. I saw that video today.
Yeah, I thought that was funny. So next race I have 2005 Grand Prix. This actually, I think I'm going to watch this one first. It is a race. This is all it was put down. There was no details given about this whatsoever. All it said was this was a great race between Fernando Alonso and Michael Schumacher.
Oh, yes.
So I was like, you know what? I was like, that's
no
where I'm
context
leaving it.
clues.
Yeah, I don't need to know anything else. I just want to watch it, right? Just want to watch it happen. So that is one I will definitely be going back and watching. Finally, the last race I have here is the 1989 Grand Prix. This is the one that I really, really hope F1 TV has. I don't know if they will or not.
I'm sure you can find clips somewhere.
I'm sure I could. This race was a race between Senna and Prost. Obviously, big rivalry. But the interesting thing that I read was that there was a red flag that, pretty early in the race, I think. And after the red flag, they both kind of talked and agreed with each other. They were like, hey, we're starting 1-2. Whoever takes the lead at the first turn will win the race. Basically just we won't fight after that. We'll fight for the first turn, and then we won't do it, right? That agreement was not followed. So
makes sense.
Yes. When I was reading the article earlier, I read the names of who took the first turn and then what happened and everything. I won't say it here just in case people want to go watch it and whatnot.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, but that's literally how the paragraph that I was reading about it was that agreement was not followed, and that's how the rivalry really started and really got boiled. So I was like, I definitely need to watch this race.
I feel like that's if that happened between Checo and Verstappen today, that the agreement would not be kept.
Yeah, no way.
Absolutely not.
That is some very key races that happened at Imola. I'm going to try to watch some before this race this weekend, just to watch it. And if we don't have a race this weekend, I'll definitely watch.
Then you can watch them. Yeah.
But
and I think it's. Sorry, good.
No, I'm going to talk about a cat. So whatever you were going to say.
Oh, okay. Well, I added the cats. Well, yes. I have the TikTok up that I found, but you can talk about it. So I figured you would like that piece of information.
Yes.
I also think it's fun. The past 2 years, Lando Norris ends up on the podium.
Yes,
how?
That is a good point.
But he does. The man loves Imola.
Can he go for the 3-peat? We will see.
Yeah, can he go for 3-peat?
So Imola, the Imola track also has a cat. Don't know why. Don't know how. I didn't really have a lot of time to do my research on it and figure it out.
No, so the TikTok I saw is an interview with Sebastian Vettel. I don't know if you're going to go into this, but they say, the Imola cat's back. It lives in the house. So I think there's a house on the track, and that's where the cat is. But I like the cat's name.
I'm looking at this Instagram. This cat's very cute.
Mm-hmm.
I want this cat. His cat. The cat's name is Formulino, or I guess Formulino. Very cute cat. His Instagram is Formulino the King. No caps, no spaces.
Mm-hmm.
If anybody wants to go follow, he's got 18,000 followers. I will in a second. I just did. But yeah, that is Imola in a nutshell. That was pretty quick, but I tried to get some key elements. I'm still trying to build out the whole history with Owen thing. So
I'll throw in some extra. Oh my god! Extra facts about the cat. So he decides drivers' fates. That's what he's like.
Oh.
Yeah. So the interview I saw, he's nicknamed the ruler of the paddock or ruler of Imola. So he came back in 2020, but the first time he was shown at the track was in 2006. He goes in and out of the garages, literally will go up to drivers. He just literally walks around like he's a person.
He owns the track.
Yeah. So a few years ago, I don't know if it was when Sebastian Vettel was with Kimi Räikkönen or Charles Leclerc, but when he was on Ferrari the last time, Sebastian Vettel, Ted Kravitz was in an interview saying the cat's back. So maybe it was 2020, so he was with Charles Leclerc. So he says the cat's back, and it's good luck. You're gonna, if the cat comes and sees you, it's good luck.
Oh, perfect.
So Sebastian Vettel says he's not a cat person, and he doesn't really like cats.
Oh, what the hell?
There's your respect for Sebastian Vettel. So what happens? Sebastian Vettel doesn't score points that weekend and has an awful race. So that's what they're saying. He literally said in the interview that he was not a cat person. Basically, he didn't care for Formula Uno or Formula Uno, however you say the cat's name.
Formulino.
Then didn't score points. So I thought that was funny. And I also wanted to see how you react to finding out Sebastian Vettel's not a cat person.
That hurts a little bit.
Yeah.
But I still have massive respect for
Sebastian Vettel.
I have more respect for Formulino the cat, but
yeah. Apparently there's a Baku cat also.
Also, sorry, this is coming off. I'm sweating already.
Well, if we forget to pose at the end, or if we remember to pose, put it back on because that has to be in that.
All right, I'll put it back on.
Okay.
You'll have to give me a bit.
My pose will be me coughing. Just kidding. That's how you spend the whole episode. All right, prediction time for this race that we don't know if it's happening. So our fun, normal schedule. Race facts. Obviously, we said it's Imola. The schedule is the 19th, 20th, and 21st. Practice 1 is set. This is, as always, Eastern Standard Time. 7:30 to 8:30 a.m. Practice 2 is 11 to 12. Practice 3 on the 20th is earlier at 6:30 to 7:30 a.m. And then qualifying's 10 to 11 a.m. And the race is at 9 a.m. It's what the heck? It's 19 turns with 63 laps, and there's one DRS zone.
Wow.
It's just over 3 miles long, so it's not the and the turns when I was making the graphics, they're not crazy turns, nothing like Baku level craziness. The lap record was set, now that I find out why. Oh no, that was 2021. Lap record was set by Hamilton in 2020. He went 1:15:48, so it's pretty fast.
That is fast, yeah.
And then the past winners of 2021 and 2022 were Max Verstappen. So yes, that's the facts. And then what's up in the air is the weather for this weekend. So I saw people last weekend saying they were posting already that there was a chance of rain, all this stuff, but it came out literally right before I left work today. I sent you the tweet saying that the government in that area set the highest, I forget what they called it exactly, literally basically red danger. It's going to be awful. And then there's tweets coming out of what that area looks like now, and there's flooding, there's people missing. So I will make these predictions, but I don't really believe this race is going to be happening.
If we're going off of strictly the way they're at right now, or where they're at right now, there will be no race.
Yeah, I would love to see, I've seen those pictures, what does the track look like? Is it covered in water also? It's
got to be.
Has to be. Yeah, so we'll see. But yeah, as for now, literally, I took a screenshot of weather. It is supposed to rain Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Actually, you can see a little bit of Wednesday, and it's literally raining Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. It's just raining.
It's not going to be a fun weekend for the drivers, even if the race does happen.
No.
It might be a fun weekend for us, though, because that kind of levels the playing field. But
yeah, so there are also some changes coming to qualifying this weekend. Which I completely forgot about, but I'll go over the changes and then we can make our quality predictions.
I'm reminding myself of the changes right now.
Well, I put it into the graphics site because I forgot. So this weekend there are changes to qualifying with the tires they're allowed to use and how many sets they're allowed to use and all this stuff. So in Q1, it's still the same Q1, Q2, Q3. The times are different. So Q1 is 18 minutes long, and they are forced to take the hard tires, the white hard tires, for the whole thing for Q1. It's mandatory. And then obviously those who advance through to Q2, which is 15 minutes long, they're only allowed to use the medium compound tires. And then the last 10 that go to Q3, 12 minutes long, then can use the soft tires. So, the timing segments don't change. It's just the tires that they're allowed to use.
Right.
Which I did like that for the sprint shootout. They had to use the same exact tires. I thought that was... So I'm kind of interested to see how this plays out. And then the total number of dry weather tires available to each driver has been reduced from 13 sets to 11, which I think that's kind of... 2 sets of tires not having is huge. But if for some reason they do have the race, they use the same amount of intermediate and wet tires. That does not change at all. So
right.
And also, I think it says if it rains in that article I just closed out. I think if it rains qualifying, they wouldn't do the different tires because obviously they're going to be using intermediates and wets.
Yeah, I'm looking to see. I can't find it, but yeah, obviously, if it is raining, they're going to use the wet tires. So
if it's going to be raining that much, it's going to be wet.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah. So quality predictions. Now that we know those changes, I really don't think that's going to matter. But
I don't think it's going to matter either. We just saw
those changes end with rain in the forecast. It could be, if they go through with it, it'll be a chaotic race weekend.
It will be a chaotic race weekend. Yes, I agree. I have to go. Okay, so this is going to be my normal boring pick for pole position. However, there's a different reasoning, and it's a little bit more of it's a little bit more fun because, God, the man's a machine. Max Verstappen, obviously, pole, and not just because it's Max Verstappen, blah blah blah. No, we watched him do fastest laps on hard tires last week that were 37 years laps old, years old. The man just doesn't care. We kind of touch base with Mark, he just doesn't care. He doesn't give a shit how old his tires are, and he'll just hammer out fastest laps. So I don't think, and I know that the rain is the rain is like the great equalizer, but like I just don't think he's going to care about that either. I don't think he will. I think he's just going to full send it, and he's still going to hammer those fastest laps. I mean, yeah, I don't think so. For my second, I think is going to be Fernando Alonso. I think he's due for he's due for getting out of third.
Uh-huh.
I know this is just for quali too and everything. Actually, you know what? I'm going to say this. I'm going to go double down on this. This is for quali and race.
Okay,
I'm
you're
going
both.
Max Verstappen, both quali and race, pole. Fernando Alonso, second, quali and race. Like I said, he's due for an upgrade from third place.
Yeah.
He's got the equalizer of rain kind of helping him out and everything. And I just think he wants it. He's got it in him. He wants to get past that third points, that third place points. He loves getting that third place because he's getting good points for Aston Martin and for himself. But I know,
Yeah, but obviously, he wants more.
I know he wants more. And then I'm gonna go because it would be just like him to do this. Charles Leclerc, third for both race and qualifying, just because it has to do a lot with the weather, and I feel like it's overriding a lot of like my picks in my head. But with the rain, it's just like it's anybody's race, and like we said, I can see Charles going out there just being like,
killing it.
Fuck it, I'm gonna go out in a blaze of glory, and I'm gonna have a lot of fun with this race and see what happens. And I wouldn't be shocked if he gets. I don't know. I feel like it's going to be one of the two extremes. He's going to do really, really bad because he's going to be sending it in the rain, or he's going to do really, really good because he's sending it in the rain. So those are my three picks.
For both. Okay, well, not to piggyback off of you, but I'm going to go the exact same. But my reasoning I also, obviously, Max Verstappen, we said he's a freak of nature.
Mm-hmm.
Fernando Alonso, I agree. I think he's due for outside the points. They're also bringing upgrades. So, as Mark said last week, I think he's pretty confident with these upgrades. So, and then, which I don't think there's really been much detail about what their upgrades are. I do have it listed below because them and Mercedes are bringing upgrades, but I'll get to it.
Yeah.
And then, I'm going to go with Leclerc. Also because it's Italy. It's technically a Ferrari home race. He does like to show off a Ferrari. He is Ferrari.
Home field advantage, yeah.
Yes. And I think also if he does well, setting him up for next week in Monaco would be even better. Because next week we'll get into it, I have such a good hope and feeling about Monaco and Ferrari and Charles Leclerc. So yeah. I also think last year, I didn't watch Imola last year. I think for last year for Imola and Ferrari, it was a disaster. I don't think both of them. Someone didn't finish. I think Carlos crashed, and Charles didn't end up in the points or something. I feel like that was the beginning of the downfall.
I can't remember Imola.
I mean, clearly Lando Norris landed up on the podium, so
that's fair. That's like a good benchmark for how the weekend went. Like, is Lando Norris on podium? Be like, all right, it was a wild weekend if he is.
So, yeah. So, I think I'm going to go that way. I don't think we're going to get anything different. But, yeah, that's my predictions also. We're so boring with predictions because we're never going to change.
I know. But, like...
We can't even say, if Max Verstappen gets a grid penalty because they have to make, a change to, a power unit or something, that's not going to stop him. He's going to end up in the front.
Yeah, it doesn't matter to him.
It's just going to be there anyway.
It's so hard with the predictions to try to make them, fun and different and everything. When, we just said, anything that happens to Max Verstappen, if he starts P20 in a race,
he'll be P1.
I have full confidence in saying that man will end up at P1 by the end of the race. I have full confidence.
Not even by the end of the race, by more than less than halfway. He'll be
halfway. Yeah, halfway through, or just shy of halfway through, he's right there, and you're like, come on,
That's why next week I'll save the fun predictions for next week because Monaco, I feel like you never know what you're getting. It's such a slow race because of the circuit, so I'll save it for that.
It's definitely Yeah, I mean this track compared to Monaco are two radically different tracks, and it's.
Oh yeah,
I can just see again. Max Verstappen is an animal, and he doesn't know when to stop, and that to me is just like, all right, you got
like
this.
we said, we haven't seen the car at its full potential.
Yeah,
Like
it's just like this is a long open track with like not that many crazy turns, and if it's a long open track, the Red Bull's going to dominate because they're just going to fly down the straights. I mean,
so I'm saying I think having even the one DRS zone is not going to hurt them. Like it's not going to be a downfall to them.
No.
I think a standout performance. I think we finally see Yuki in decent points. I don't know why. I have a feeling it's Yuki.
He's got to break away from that
P11
like P11
or higher.
He's got to break away from that like P11 stereotype or like wall that he's stuck on. Like he just
he's
can't.
consistent, but
he can't climb that hill. And it's like if I'm Yuki, like yes, I'd be getting like frustrated with that. I'm gonna agree with you on the standout performance. That the more that I think about this, the more that I talk about this, if I'm Yuki, yes, I'm getting frustrated. Then I'm constantly getting 11. Then I'm right there. Like I'm not getting points. We're how many races in? I'm not getting any points. Blah blah. But at the same time, it's like I'm right there. Like I only need like one or two things to go my way, and I'm in the points. You know, and it's like this could absolutely be the week where things go the right way, and he gets maybe P9, maybe P8. Like it's. I would love to see it. You know,
I will also love to hear that radio message if he gets on the points.
Oh my god,
his radio messages are iconic.
It'd be happy cursing instead of like angry screams of pain. Like,
did you see? So his physio is the one that used to be Daniel Ricciardo's physio for years. So he was on another podcast because Yuki literally, like, if I've seen the videos, they're like, what is your goal as an F1 driver? Everyone's like world champion. Yuki, to own a Michelin star restaurant. That's what he says. Yuki loves food, but his physio literally is like, the man is motivated by food. Like he will work for the food. Which makes so much sense.
That's a man of the people right there.
Yeah, it's exactly. But moving on. Some upgrades. I also just thought of one random thing, but it's not even about Imola. It was something I saw a video. Total Wolf said their upgrades for Imola are a big operation. He said in a virtual world, it promises a good step in terms of lap time, but we have to rein in our expectations. So the first practice session on Friday would be, I guess, the B version. I don't know if that's like before the upgrades, and then they'll make the upgrades and then move forward from there. But yeah, we'll see. There's not been much about the Aston Martin ones, but we just know Fernando Alonso is very confident on the Aston Martin upgrades.
I mean, Aston Martin even having upgrades too. Just like that sounds
like Red Bull making upgrades
to me.
Yeah.
It's like you're already so fast. Just make it faster, please. Like, make it faster. I want to see a battle. I mean, again, we sound like a broken record, but I want to see a battle. I don't want to see.
No, because I feel like a Max Verstappen P1, Fernando Alonso P2, that first turn, I feel like Fernando Alonso would be like, taste your own medicine, buddy.
Yeah. Please. It'd be so
spicy.
Nice. It'd be so nice.
I also think if they go through with this race, we could make a bet over under yellow flag, red flags crashes, because there's going to be a lot. I feel like half the grid will be out by the end. Yeah. If it's going to be raining that bad.
If it's that bad.
It'll be like, was it last year Suzuka? Japan, yeah, because that was when the crane was still on the track and they still had cars driving. Yeah. Pierre Gasly was fuming.
Oh, that was bad, yeah. That never have happened in the first place. But.
No. And that's totally random. I saw a video. It was in Miami, Oscar Piastri's start. So apparently it came out whenever Oscar Piastri's junior, the F2 team he was on, Christian Horner said he regrets not signing him. Apparently they had the option to, and they didn't. So the start they show in Miami, I forgot where he started. He looks like Max Verstappen. He goes straight up the middle. Huh. I was like, Oscar Piastri. So I feel like, give him the good car, and he might outperform Lando Norris.
I'd be another one of those. Another one of those drivers. Yeah, you put him in a good car, like.
Yeah, Christian Horner said they had the opportunity to sign him to the Red Bull Academy, and he regrets it. He regrets not signing him because I think it was Miami.
This isn't even like a.
I can find it.
It's not like an overhead shot that I'm looking at right now, but there is a
No,
shot.
it's from his. The video I saw was like his driver camera, like his point of view.
I mean, there was an orange car in the middle, but I can't tell who it is, but.
I'll go back and find it. I don't know if I liked it on TikTok or whatever, but literally I'm telling you, he just goes right in the middle.
Yeah,
just
send that to me. I want to see that.
No, like he had no care in the world. And he's one of those people, he seems so calm. Like his personality is kind of dry, so I feel like he's probably ruthless in the car.
Oh, I'm sure.
But.
Yeah, send that to me. I want to see that.
I'll find it. I'll go back and find it. But yeah, so there were our fun predictions. Our mess of an episode.
Yeah, that was some mess.
That was a mess.
But a good one.
Yeah.
Hopefully the audio listeners can get a kick out of that.
I was trying not to hack up along or choke. But listen, when you listen to Taylor Swift live for 3.5 hours, you gotta sing along.
Yeah.
So but thank you for listening to that. You don't have anything else to add, right?
No, I'm good.
Before I close it. Okay. Thank you for listening today to the F1 Underground podcast. If you enjoy the show, make sure to follow us on Instagram. Instagram at Underground F1 and on Twitter at Underground_F1. Huge thank you to Kyle and the guys over at Underground Sports Philadelphia for helping make this show happen. Go give that show a follow. Go listen to Danny Delco and the amazing Delco accent. Yes, go give the other shows a listen.
Rewatch it right now.
Owen's going to go be a guest on the Get the Whole Pod again.
The whole podcast. Go give a listen.
We will be back next week with hopefully maybe a race recap. If not, we'll figure it out. Definitely another History with Owen because it's Monaco. So I feel like it's got to happen.
That's got to be that's definitely another one for history. And
then some Monaco predictions where, spoiler alert, we know who I'm putting in P1 for the whole weekend.
Yep.
We can all guess who. But thank you so much, and we will see you next week.
Peace.